Respected sadhakas, we have to know Vedic mathematics more intimately. To know more intimately, we may be through 10 lessons of 2 units. First unit, the foundation lessons are going to be Chatushpeet, alphabet Devanagari, transcendental code values, Vedic code values, and panchmahabhut. Second unit, words formulations lessons are going to be 10 TCV folds, inner sthapthya 10 folds, swarit and vyanjit states of words formulations, and param vijom, which are transcendental space formulations, and ultimately swambhu, the self-referral state. These 10 lessons will bring us near Vedic mathematics. It is this intimacy which is expected of the sadhakas, fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel with Vedic systems, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies. Vedic mathematics is the central core of Vedic systems. To know more intimately, one is to be parallel with Upanishids. Mandal-Brahman Upanishad preserves the enlightenment of most secret and unmanifest atigureh and avyakat sthapthya of panchmahabhut as vidhuit within Chatushpeet. This enlightenment of surya mandal pursha to yajyavalakya is to be imbibed by the sadhakas to be parallel with basis-based values of Vedic systems at whose core is Chatushpeet. 3 space and 1 is to be at the origin seat of 3 space. It will be first pada, first quarter. To be at the seat of origin of 4 space is second quarter. To be at the seat of transcendental domain is third pada, and the 4th pada at the Chatushpeet seat of origin of 6 space, surya, is the ultimate seat of surya mandal pursha, and yajyavalakya had enlightenment straight from surya mandal pursha. This enlightenment of yajyavalakya, as is preserved in Mandal-Brahman Upanishad, is the most secret. It is in unmanifest state, and same is to be imbibed. And it is with its imbibing that we will really be intimate with the Vedic mathematics foundation. Lesson 1 is designated Chatushpeet. 1 is to know, 1 is to comprehend, 1 is to imbibe, and 1 is to be parallel with the Chatushpeet. Chatushpeet is a sthapthya, geometric format. Chatushpeet is the formulation. Chatushpeet is the state of the existence phenomenon of our solar universe going swambhu, self-referral. How the existence phenomenon is in self-referral state is to be comprehended is to be imbibed, and for it we have to be within creator's space, within hypercube 4, at whose origin is the seat of Lord Krishna, Shri Bhagavan. And it is this seat with whose comprehension one will be parallel with as to how sequentially this Chatushpeet, initially as hypercube 4 of 4 folds of summation value 14, in second phase as hypercube 14 is of 29 versions, parallel with the formate features of idol of Lord Brahma and the solid boundary component with its strip off and take off from the boundary of the creator's space manifests the outer space as transcendental space of 6 spaces and origin, which as dimensional order creates and goes parallel with Asht Prakriti, 8 space with 9 space and origin. These potentialities, these features of Chatushpeet are to be comprehended, to be imbibed, and once one will be parallel with this sthapthya and these values, one will be along the Vedic format. As such, one shall sit comfortably and to revisit the formulation Chatushpeet. It is of transcendental code value 30, which is parallel with the summation value of 4-fold 6, 7, 8, 9 of hypercube 8, the representative regular body of 8 space. 9 space as origin of 8 space is of dual status. Firstly, as like any other point of 8 space domain, and secondly, as distinctive values of 9 space. With it, the quadruple formulation 6, 7, 8, 9 goes as 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9, which makes value 30 for the quadruple states and value 9 for the 5th additional dual status. And this in a stated format comes to be 309, and this ultimately will settle the organization of 8 chapters of Pingal Chand Shastra. This illustrates as to how Chatushpeet is the common organization format. This is the foundation along which creator creates and Vedic knowledge gets organized parallel with the functional setup of 8-fold nature of our solar universe. One shall sit comfortably and be parallel with this foundational role of formulation Chatushpeet as well as of sthapthya. Now see, the formulation Chatushpeet is of transcendental code value 30, and it is parallel with Surya Rashmi, ray of the sun. It is this comprehension, it is this visualization, it is this base of Vedic system which brings us face to face with as that the Vedic systems, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies are chasing, working out, exploiting, and utilizing Surya Rashmi, rays of the sun. What is happening within? What makes the existence phenomenal of sun rays is Chatushpeet. Within each ray of the sun, every Surya Rashmi is formatted along Chatushpeet. One shall sit comfortably. One shall permit the transcending mind to be blissfully parallel with the role of the Chatushpeet, the potentialities of the Chatushpeet, the attainment of the Chatushpeet, and the very initiation for every Vedic system, for every value of Vedic knowledge, and for Vedic mathematics. One is to begin with, one is to be along the format of Chatushpeet. That would mean that one will be on the format of the existence phenomenon happening within rays of the sun. Beautiful, blissful. It is this blissful state which makes the mental state of students of Vedic mathematics. One who is with the values of Vedic mathematics is going to be of a mental state of values parallel with that of existence phenomenon within rays of the sun. It is the blissful state which is to be attained, and it is with this attainment only that one can say that one is intimate with Vedic mathematics. The formulation Chatushpeet of transcendental code value 30 is in fact parallel with 30 factors of values range 1 to 17. See, value 17 is the transcendental code value of Atma, soul. And transcendental code value 30 is of Samhita, Vedic Samhitas. How Atma is Samhita, is lively here. It is this lively phenomenon which is to be learned. And once one will be learning, once one will be parallel with it, one will be blissfully parallel with value 30 of the formulation Chatushpeet and value 206 of transcendental code value of all vowels and all consonants. 206 makes it 236. It goes parallel with the total letters of Ganita Upsutras, and then 17 plus 30 is 47, added to 236 takes to 283, the total letters of Ganita Sutras. See, Chatushpeet is the foundation of the organization and settlement of the letters of Ganita Sutras as well as of Ganita Sutras. It is this blissful feature with whose comprehension only one can say that one is parallel with the Vedic mathematics, one is intimate with Vedic mathematics. To have appreciation and to have an evaluation whether one is parallel with Vedic systems or not, one shall be through the 10 folds of transcendental code value of the formulation Chatushpeet. The same sequentially for the first folds is of value 1, 4, 9, 30, together making it 44. parallel with the transcendental code value of Param Vijom, the transcendental space. Fifth and sixth folds are of value 6 and 210. Together make 216, 6 cube. Seventh and eighth, 110 and 94, make it 204, which is dimension value for 206, the total bones of human body. Total transcendental code value of all vowels and all consonants of Devanagari alphabet. And finally, 9th and 10th folds at 240 and 510 as 750, make it 75 multiplied by 10, and 75 is the transcendental code value of the very first Ganita Sutra. See, summation value of all 10 folds of formulation Chatushpeet is 1214. 14 is 2 multiplied by 7, 12 is 2 multiplied by 6. It amounts to a smooth transition, interlocking and coordination with 12 boundary components of 6 space with 14 components of a 7 space. It is Dwadas Aditya coordinated with Chauda Chaturdash Bhuvan. It is this coordination which will ultimately help us appreciate the potentialities of this sthapthya of Chatushpeet. And then value 1214 is only 616 less than 1830, the total dates of 5 years Sanvatsar Yuga, and 616 takes us to hypercube 2 and the 6 space domain content split. All these features are transcendental features. These deserve to be comprehended. One is to be parallel with them, and it is only by parallel with them one can say that one is intimately parallel with the Vedic mathematics. The formulation Sahita, the Vedic Sahita, is of transcendental code value 30, and the first 4 folds of formulation Sahita are of value 41, and 5th and 6th as 218, 7th and 8th as 198, 9th and 10 as 690, together making 947. It is only 53 less than 1000, and 53 is the synthesis value of solid order transcendence ranges. Beautiful, excellent, marvelous. It is this attainment, it is this reach of formulation Sahita, which on its comprehension, appreciation, imbibing, one can say that one is intimate with Vedic mathematics. And like that, one is to approach afresh the swarit, removal of vowels, vyanjit, removal of vyanjans. When all vowels and all consonants of the formulations are dispensed with, removed, so the formulation, word formulation, when is stripped off, it's all vowels and all consonants. What remains? It is the transcendental space. These are the transcendental values. So we have to be at that state. We have to be at the state of word formulations where all vowels and all consonants stand dispensed with. Beautiful, excellent, transcendental state. One is to be parallel with it. And by being parallel with it, one will be parallel with all the nakshatras of the northern hemisphere, of the southern sphere, of the sun as well as the moon. And everything stands dispensed with. It will be 6, 7, 8, 9. space. It will be Salagram. It will be Parshuram. And all going unmanifest, remaining Ram, a Treta Yuga incarnation. It is this state which is to be attained. And once one is at this state, then and only then one can say the one is parallel with Chatushpeet. The Chatushpeet in static state is a value 30, but in dynamic state it is a value 43. And this would mean that minus 13 state of 13 geometries of 6 space leading to minus 15 and minus 15. And 43 to 47 as 225, 15 square, Swara square. See the linear setup of vowels and consonants getting dissolved while these are in spatial state. It is the state which is cherishable state. It is the state which will bring us face to face with, as that numbers 1 to 30 lead to factors 60, double of 30. It is here when we're going to Chandas, 26 letters alphabet, the English alphabet. It will take us to 56 as for light, and it will take us to 60 for 4. And 116 takes to 4 into 29. Excellent state, wonderful state, transcendental state. And it is this state at which one is to be for having intimacy with Vedic mathematics. And this intimacy at foundation level is to be attained by firstly being parallel with Chatushpeet, then with Devanagari alphabet, then transcendental code values and Vedic code values of Vedic alphabet, and ultimately with panchmahabhut. In this background, we have to proceed further for words formulation for the 10 transcendental code folds, inner sthapthya 10 folds, then Swarit, Vyanjit states, and Paramvision, and then Swambhu. Thank you very much.